Okay guys, let's see what's going on in the world of lost women.
A good man, especially when they have kids together. Yes, a lot of people grow apart and it's mutual, but be careful about dating divorced men. No woman is divorcing a good man, especially when they have kids together. Yes, a lot of people grow apart and it's mutual, but the majority of the time she has divorced him for a reason, and whatever he has done to her, he's going to do to you. Be careful.
So, is this true? There's some comments on this TikTok. It says, one woman says, "Don't agree. My ex-husband is a good man and deserves a good woman. We just wanted different things in life." They wanted to bounce other people by the sound of it. Now imagine a man saying that about a divorced woman, is another comment. Another comment is, be careful of dating divorced women, especially when they have kids together. She chose her own happiness over the happiness of her partner and her kids, and she will do the same to you. Please tell me this is a satire. Every good man I know had a narcissistic wife who cheated on him when he woke up to her controlling behaviour. Maybe he divorced her. Be careful of single women on social media telling you what to do. Another one, I think everyone who got married before the age of 25 gets a free pass on that one. Another one, I actually have to disagree with you. Some of the best men I've met are divorced. The key is to find ones that are self-aware and took out lessons from their marriage rather than playing the victim. Here's another one, guys.
Favorite part about being divorced? There is never an angry man inside my house.
Now listen guys, what we've got to understand here is she chose this man. This woman has chose this angry man. Now why, if he's an angry man, would she have chosen? Let me just offer you an opinion on something that is being seriously overlooked. A lot of these women are getting into the relationship, they're getting married and everything's, fine, wonderful, dandy. And what happens is, as the relationship marinates, the two people marinate together, we're going to find things that are not going to suit the other person. Now, it's easy to say that I haven't got an angry man in my house, but what she's not explaining is what's driven this man that she married, so he must have been a good man. What has caused this man to get to this state? Now, I've had a couple of marriages and I know exactly this kind of talk from a woman and the parts that they're leaving out, the frustrations that they cause, the parts where they didn't mature or contribute, the parts where things just couldn't be resolved with them. And here we have what seems to be like a celebration of not having an angry man. Well, that's good, but has this person resolved the issues in her life that could have caused this man to end up that way? Now, I'm not saying it's all her fault, but I'm telling you from my own experience, these people, these women can drive you round the bend.
Never. I never wake up to a grumpy man in my house. I never come home to an angry man in my house. There are just no angry men in this house. And I'm never giving that up.
Okay, so she's going to live on her own for the rest of her life, probably with a cat or a reptile or some kind of animal or thing she can get supply from. And she'll say this, but again, as I said, there was obviously unresolved probably in her life that he couldn't get past. That's driven him around the bend, and in the end he's legged it. Okay guys, here's another one. Apparently a divorce announcement. Let's see what's happened here.
On September 23rd, Diego suddenly and surprisingly died, ending our decade-long marriage. It was devastating. My My heart was shattered.
Okay, so what are the parts that are missing here? Some of the comments are the difference of how he announced it with no emotions at all. While you were so hurt, you definitely deserve better. There's Diego's okay. We're not seeing why Diego has done this.
At my request, we waited 3 months to announce it as I was in shock and needed time for me and the kids to process it. I had thought things were going well, as 2 weeks beforehand that Diego had just celebrated my birthday for the first time in our marriage. Also, we were always intimate throughout the whole of our marriage, except for the 2 months after last Christmas Eve. There have been rumors throughout our marriage. In the beginning, I found them funny. I do not find them funny now. One of which I want to clarify is that Diego and I were in a traditional monogamous marriage the whole time until he left me. So why are we releasing the news so close to Christmas? I waited until the 22nd so the kids would be out of school for the Christmas break. I hope this will help shield them from most comments at school about a topic that is difficult for them. Over the last 3 months, I have learned many things, including that my marriage is not what I thought it was. And knowing what I know now, it is less of a surprise. In the first days and weeks following, aside from the intense grief, I began to feel significant relief from the constant fog of confusion and hurt I had felt.
And confusion and hurt's a consequence of unresolved. In this instance, it sounds like the husband may not have been transparent. It sounds like there was something going on behind the scenes, possibly an affair or this kind of thing. But whatever's happened, it has not worked out the way that she thought it was going to. She didn't even know, by the sound of it, that this was coming, but once it has happened and some truths have come out, she's realised why.
Well, I gave our marriage my all, which allows me to be at peace and move forward along with the children. I do not regret the last decade, thanks to our 3 incredible kids. I would gladly go through hell for this privilege of being alive. I'm so grateful for the amazing people I have met during the last 7 years, thanks to the channel and how Diego has been able to help so many of you immigrate to Canada for a better life and avoid immigration scams. Thank you for opening up and sharing yourselves and stories with me. Also, thank you for all of the prayers and blessings you continually send our way. I feel the support and continue to need it during this difficult period. There's a co-parent, the necessary involvement with the roommate, and resolving the divorce details. The kids and I have been going to therapy to help us do the work to heal, understand, and be more compassionate to ourselves quickly and smoothly so we can both move on and so the kids do not have to deal with extra stuff. I'm also returning to university part-time this January. I love my children dearly and will go forward trying to make decisions with what is best for them at the center, though I will fail at. I would like
At least she's willing to admit that. There's been a big fail, obviously, in the sense that the marriage is gone. Something's failed somewhere.
share 2 things that have really stood out to me as I have been going through this process. 1, I have always been enough.
Oh, there's a little bit of growl behind that, wasn't there? I've always been enough. Well, maybe if they really get sat down at the table, that could be opposed by Diego. Obviously, something's fallen short, and she might need to just humble herself a bit and say, well, what's actually happened here? Sometimes women can miss areas in the relationship where the guy strays off, and then he's going to get the blame anyway. There's got to be more going on here.
And 2, happiness. You don't chase it, you choose it. And I'm choosing happiness.
Well, the sad thing is she's got no choice. She's going to have to choose happiness. He's gone, isn't he? And by the sound of it, he ain't coming back. Okay, we'll wrap it up with this one. Ex-wife regrets and is pissed at her ex-husband for moving on quickly after she filed for divorce. Some of the comments are, any woman who becomes upset after divorce is only upset because she didn't get the opportunity to destroy the man's life after the divorce. A man will sacrifice his happiness for his family. A woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness. Good on for your ex-hubby to move on so quickly. Her tears are like sweet music to me. I love stories with happy endings. She left for another man that didn't want her kids, so Dad kept them. Very interesting. Let's see.
If you don't know, I left my husband a year ago, and I've been wanting to come on here and give a life update of a year from now and what my life looks like. And I've been hoping that I would be able to come on here and tell you guys that life is just fucking great. But it's not.
Okay, so what a lot of people don't realise is the grass 9 times out of 10 is definitely not greener on the other side. And it's not until you get on the other side and you've ruined everything and there's a great big trail of destruction behind you that you realise that. And here's a classic story where a woman, obviously, by the sound of it, has shot herself in the foot. Hubby's moved on.
It's still really hard. I wanted to have my shit more together. I know that this isn't the truth, but I just feel like I'm failing so much as a mom. I know that that's not the truth, you know? But life is fucking hard. I just got to spend 11 and a half hours with my baby.
Okay, so obviously the hubby's taken the children. She's legged it for another man, and he obviously hasn't turned out to be, I would say, the way that she has wanted, and now she's living with regret.
And it was just the most sweetest time. I hate that I feel this way, but I miss my mom so much. I miss my baby.
Okay, so she's walked out on the family unit for her own lust, I'd say. Something's happened here, she's had an affair or something. And in this case, it's cost her the lot. And it's not worth it. And some of you women need to take notice of this if you're watching.
Life is not where I want it to be a year later. If you don't know,
And what a lot of people don't realise is the grass is never greener on the other side. If there was a way for these people to save their marriages and to be a great family for their children, and they haven't taken it, usually it just doesn't work out the way that it should, because we're not designed to start families and then ruin them. But this is the trend now. This is the modern way in which people are going about it. They're bringing children into the world and then they run off with other men and women, and believe me, the children are the ones that suffer. It's horrible, and I don't recommend it. We need to get back to ways that are going to protect the institution of families, and these people that start them need to follow through. I'll catch you on the next one, viewers. Bye for now.